Supply chain management is really managing the movement from raw material to finished goods.
The entire process, start to finish, of purchasing, manufacturing, shipping a product to a customer.
I view supply chain as engineering for business. It involves all kinds of different people to make the product come from its building all the way to the end user's hands.
I always liken an organization to like baking a cake. If you bake a cake, you're going to need flour, eggs, milk, butter, sugar, a stove, a refrigerator, electricity, gas. All these things are needed to make that cake, to make that finished product that your company goes to market with. Someone has to be there to buy them. Someone has to be there to make sure that those materials are the best quality, that they're on time when you need to make that product. Someone needs to make sure that they're at the best value so that then you can produce your finished product and provide it at the best value to the market.
We have different roles such as logistics coordinator, we have inventory specialists, we have contract and sourcing, as well as the analysts like the data analysts, as well as some leadership roles.
There's a logistical side of things and then there's an emotional side of things. So from a logistics side, a lot of that element is mathematically based. So when I look at somebody new coming in, heavy skill set and understanding Excel. From an emotional side, it's understanding those soft skills. It's being able to handle a meeting, being able to present out on something, to be able to work through a crisis that comes up. So diffuse that emotion and attack the problem logically.
Being very detail-oriented, analytical skills, being able to do an analysis and understand how you're affecting other aspects of the supply chain is very important. We're all part of the supply chain in some way, shape, or form.
Without supply chain, none of our things that we like enjoying doing would be possible, whether it's food, shelter, clothing, entertainment.
You can work in any industry. You can work in the food industry and there's supply chain. You can work in the oil industry and the energy industry and there's a supply chain that works with that. You can work in the medical field and there's a supply chain that works with that.
Modern healthcare costs are rising at very fast rate. There's more emphasis on the cost of products that we bring in and making sure that we keep the cost of healthcare low. We need to ensure that we are getting the best value when we acquire the products.
Since the 1930s and the 1940s, they were moving facilities to be by raw material. They make windows in Wisconsin because that's where the lumber is at. And even though the window industry has gone to vinyl and aluminum, the base facilities are still in Wisconsin. So because of that, they moved the glass plants along the rivers where they can move sand so they can make the glass. Same things with cheese. They've got the cheese plants here because the milk is here, but they also have the film, and the corrugated is based here. The corrugated because the trees are here, and the film because the finished goods are here.
I've tried to settle the scope of the vendors and partners that we set up more local or regionalized. You're not going to pick a vendor just because they're close. You're still going to make sure they meet the proper criteria. For us, it's the right program, the right product, the right price, and do they perform. That local supplier helps increase workforce within your region and can actually improve faster deliveries. It's great because if we have an issue, your vendor is right there across the road.
Young people really have a worldview of things. They think globally and they want to know what are they doing that makes a difference. And what's nice about the supply chain is it's really about efficiency. I have to find product to get out to the markets to grab the raw material and come back. So our backhaul is 100%. It's our head haul that we have to go get. And if you can be more efficient on filling your head hauls and your backhaul so that you have less deadhead miles, not only are you saving economically, but you're saving the time of the drivers. That gives them more home time. It helps the operations of the facility move their product in and out in a much more efficient manner. What you can do to help your company reduce emissions in 1 year is going to be more than you can do at home your whole life.
So at the end of the day, if you work in the supply chain group, you will be engaged in your job.
Your days are not the same day after day. You're putting a big puzzle together.
It's always a challenge. There's never a boring day.
At our hospital, we like to say we, supply chain, are here to fill the hands that heal.
Earn your associate degree in supply chain management